much of what we believe about the causes and sources of happiness simply isn't true. People overestimate how much impact both good and bad events will have on them in the future. People believe that if good things happen, they're going to be ecstatic and that joy will last a very long time. In fact, they are ecstatic and the joy quickly dissipates. People believe that if bad things happen, losing a lover, losing a football game, losing a job, they will be devastated and devastated for a very long time. In fact, they are devastated for a very short time. In general, people do really good when things go really bad. Sounds like a country song, but it actually turns out to be true.
This is Town and Country in 1969, and I was featured as one of the top 50 debutantes in the country at the International Ball, along with Tricia Nixon and people like that. When I was run over by a truck in 1992, I was in shock. My whole life changed instantaneously. I thought about killing myself. I would buy myself time, say, well, okay, that's always an option, but I'll wait 6 months because I've got to be here for my kids today. I'd always been a super doer, an overachiever, a need-to-know person. And to be able to say, I don't understand, and I don't need to understand, and that's okay. It was kind of a catalyst of a healing process in my entire family. But it was very scary. In my life, integrating, accepting all of my life is part of healing. And I have horses. I found them very healing to me. I had seen him at one of my stepdaughter's wedding. We knew each other years ago, and he asked me things like, did my nose work? And I liked and appreciated that, you know. And what was it like having been beautiful and then not? He wasn't afraid to talk to me, to talk about things. And we got married a little over 2 years ago. His name is Happy, and we have a wonderful life together. Calls me beautiful, and I love him. Yeah, it is a strange truth, but the truth is I am a happier person. I am more grounded, more centered, more connected and integrated with who I am and grateful for who I am today. I'm working with other people now as a practitioner. I think that you can make a choice and that you do make a choice when things happen in life.
Oh, this is fun. I haven't just stood out in the rain in quite a while.
There's a general lay sense that all adversity is bad, and the scientific research doesn't really support that. One of the key ingredients to happiness is being able to recover from adversity more quickly. So it's not that people who are happy don't respond to adversity. They do. They show an appropriate response to adversity, but they come back down to baseline quickly.
There's no such thing as pleasure without pain, of whatever sort, emotional or otherwise, physical or otherwise. Your nervous system is a differential engine. It looks at differences, it looks at contrast. That's all it cares about. It integrates information by integrating a bunch of little differences and things.
What do you want out of life?
To be successful, to be happy, and to live a long, healthy life.
What's going to make you successful and happy? What will make you feel like you're successful and happy?
Right now, money. Yeah, lots of money.
We're told in our society that the way to be a competent person, the way to be a good person is to make a lot of money. In the last 50 years, economic growth has gone up a lot. In America, for example, we're about twice as wealthy as we were 50 years ago. But nationally representative surveys of people's happiness show that happiness has remained stagnant. People aren't any happier than they were 50 years ago, even though they're living in a lot bigger houses, they have more cars.
Anybody who says money doesn't buy happiness should go talk to somebody living under a bridge. But anybody who says money buys happiness should go talk to Bill Gates, okay? Neither of those things is actually true. When money buys you out of the burdens of homelessness, of not knowing where your next meal will come from, it changes your happiness dramatically. But once you have basic needs met, more money doesn't seem to buy more happiness. The difference in happiness between a person who earns $5,000 and $50,000 is dramatic. The difference in happiness between a person who earns $50,000 and $50 million is not dramatic.
Compassion. Richard Davidson told us that people who do a specific form of meditation on compassion and loving kindness can increase their happiness levels to a greater extent and for longer periods of time, even than people taking powerful antidepressant medications.
There are specific meditation practices that have been around for more than 2,500 years, which are explicitly designed to cultivate qualities like compassion and loving kindness. The person we've tested the most in our lab is a person by the name of Matthieu Ricard. He has been a Tibetan Buddhist monk for more than 30 years. He also holds a PhD in molecular biology. And we have looked intensively at Matthieu's brain, both at rest as well as when he is intentionally generating these states of compassion. So there's no obvious change in external behavior. You know, he's just sitting there, and then we give him the instruction to begin the compassion meditation, and all of a sudden, it's like, you know, parts of the brain are on fire. These are areas of the brain which are extremely important for understanding happiness and well-being. And so we are, for example, currently doing studies where we are having people who've never meditated before, and we're having them do very simple exercises, 2 weeks of training in this simple compassion practice does change the brain in ways which are similar to, although not nearly as well defined as what we see in very long-term meditation practitioners. There is some evidence to indicate that we actually change the gross structure of the brain, literally the size of particular cortical areas in the brain change in their thickness. We, through intention, can change our brain.
We ask people to count their blessings on a regular basis. Say every Sunday night you sit down, you write down 5 things for which you're grateful and kind of try to contemplate that. And we found that the students who counted their blessings once a week, every Sunday night, became happier. A couple studies we did, we asked people to commit acts of kindness on a regular basis. You know, they're going out and they're putting change in parking meters, and they're, you know, helping their friend with homework, or was visiting someone in the nursing home, or, you know, really doing real, you know, concrete behaviors. And it seems to me from our experience that the acts of kindness so far have been the most effective.
Gratitude, compassion, caring, love, these are to me what I would call spiritual emotions, and they make you think of things bigger than yourself. If you only seek your own happiness, it can be kind of a selfish thing. But once you move to the spiritual emotions and worry about the well-being of the world, your life grows. You care about something bigger than yourself. You, in a way, can transcend your own life, your own death, by caring about these things that are bigger than yourself.
If each of us even spent a smidgen of time each day actually practicing to cultivate happiness and also to cultivate other virtuous qualities like compassion and altruism, the world would really be a better place, and we'd all be transforming our brains in very positive ways.
And it's not about oh, I must change my life totally and cut off from my past and I'll be a better person. It's not about that. It's because the trick is to be authentically you.
We should really be thinking of happiness as a skill, which is no different than learning to play the violin or learning to play golf.
The formula for happiness is not the same for everyone. But the good news is that the things we love to do are the building blocks of a happy life. Play, having new experiences, friends and family, doing things that are meaningful, appreciating what we have. These are the things that make us happy, and they're free. And with happiness, the more you have, the more everyone has.